Well, good day to you. Today we're going to continue our reading through the book of Genesis, the first book of the Old Testament. And today we're looking at Genesis chapter 9 and chapter 10. And we continue to read about Noah, the man who obeyed God and built the ark and saved his family and two of every kind of animal and bird. And that was on the earth at that time before the flood came. And yesterday we read about the flood and that it was covering the tallest mountain peaks for weeks. And now the flood is ended, and God is about to make a covenant with Noah. So let's pick it up here. Genesis chapter 9, verse 1. Then God blessed Noah and his sons, saying to them, "Be fruitful and increase in number, and fill the earth. The fear and dread of you will fall on all the beasts of the earth, and all the birds in the sky, on every creature that moves along the ground, and on all the fish in the sea. They are given into your hands. Everything that lives and moves about will be food for you. Just as I gave you the green plants, I now give you everything. But you must not eat meat that has its life blood still in it. And for your life blood I will surely demand an accounting. I will demand an accounting from every animal. And from each human being, too, I will demand an accounting for the life of another human being. Whoever sheds human blood, by humans shall their blood be shed. For in the image of God has God made mankind. As for you, be fruitful and increase in number. Multiply on the earth and increase upon it." Lost my place here. Give me a second. Verse 8. Then God said to Noah and to his sons with him, "I now establish my covenant with you and with your descendants after you, and with every living creature that was with you, the birds, the livestock, and all the wild animals, all those that came out of the ark with you, every living creature on earth. I establish my covenant with you. Never again will all life be destroyed by waters or of a flood. Never again will there be a flood to destroy the earth." And God said, "This is the sign of the covenant I am making between me and you and every living creature with you, a covenant for all generations to come. I have set my rainbow in the clouds, and it will be the sign of the covenant between me and the earth. Whenever I bring clouds over the earth, and the rainbow appears in the clouds, I will remember my covenant between me and you and all living creatures of every kind. Never again will the waters become a flood to destroy all life. Whenever the rainbow appears in the clouds, I will see it and remember the everlasting covenant between God and all living creatures of every kind on the earth." So God said to Noah, "This is the sign of the covenant I have established between me and all life on the earth." So the rainbow was established by God as a promise between him and mankind and really all living creatures on the face of the earth. That when we see a rainbow, we are to remember God's promise to never flood the earth again as he did during the days of Noah. Please remember that God created the rainbow. And the purpose of the rainbow is to remind us of his faithfulness, of his promise to never flood the earth again as he did during the days of Noah. That is why we have the rainbow. Verse 18. The sons of Noah who came out of the ark were Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Ham was the father of Canaan. These were the three sons of Noah, and from them came the people who were scattered over the whole earth. Verse 20, Noah, a man of soil, proceeded to plant a vineyard. When he drank some of its wine, he became drunk and lay uncovered inside his tent. Ham, the father of Canaan, saw his father naked and told his two brothers outside. But Shem and Japheth took a garment and laid it across their shoulders. Then they walked in backward and covered their father's naked body. Their faces were turned the other way, so that they would not see their father naked. When Noah awoke from his wine and found out what his youngest son had done to him, he said, "Cursed be Canaan, the lowest of slaves, will he be to his brothers." He also said, "Praise be to the Lord, the God of Shem. May Canaan be the slave of Shem. May God extend Japheth's territory. May Japheth live in the tents of Shem, and may Canaan be the slave of Japheth." After the flood, Noah lived 350 years. Noah lived a total of 950 years, and then he died. Now we're moving to chapter 10, and chapter 10 is a long list of genealogy and names. So not a lot of spiritual meat here, but it's God's word, and we're going to read it, folks. So dive in with me. Genesis chapter 10. This is the account of Shem, Ham, and Japheth, Noah's sons, who themselves had sons after the flood. The sons of Japheth: Gomer, Magog, Madai, Javan, Tubal, Meshach, and Tiraz. The sons of Gomer: Ashkenaz, Ripthah, and Togarmah. The sons of Javan: Elisha, Tarshish, the Kittites, and the Rodanites. From these, the maritime peoples spread out into all their territories by their clans within their nations, each with its own language. Not promising you I'm pronouncing all these right, but we're going to try. Verse 6, the sons of Ham: Cush, Egypt, Put, and Canaan. The sons of Cush: Seba, Havilah, Sabath, Ramah, and Sabteka. The sons of Ramah: Sheba and Dedan. Cush was the father of Nimrod, who became a mighty warrior on the earth. He was a mighty hunter before the Lord. This is why it is said, like Nimrod, a mighty hunter before the Lord. The first centers of his kingdom were Babylon, Uruk, Akkad, Calneh, and Shinar. From that land he went to Assyria, where he built Nineveh, Rehoboth Jr., Calah, and Resen, which is between Nineveh and Calah, which is the great city. I hope you recognize some of those cities. They're still with us today. They were prominent cities throughout the Old Testament, and some of them are still with us today. Egypt, Canaan, Assyria, and Nimrod. They paused for a minute there when they got to Nimrod. It would do us well to study who Nimrod was in the Bible, because they didn't just say his name, but they gave us some details about what kind of man he was. And God did that for a reason. So I encourage you someday to do a character study on Nimrod and see what we can learn about God and about mankind from this man. All right, verse 13. Egypt was the father of the Ludites, Anamites, Leabites, Naphtuhites. Wow, these are hard names. Patusites, Kashulites, from whom the Philistines came. Philistines were where Goliath came from, the Philistines. Canaan was the father of Sidon, his firstborn, and of the Hittites, the Jebusites, the Amorites, the Girgashites, the Hivites, the Arkites, the Sinites, the Arvadites, the Zemarites, and the Hamatheites. Later, the Canaanite clans scattered, and the borders of Canaan reached from Sidon toward Gerar as far as Gaza, and then towards Sodom and Gomorrah, Admah, and Zeboian as far as Lasha. These are the sons of Ham by their clans and languages, in their territories and nations. Sons were also born to Shem, whose older brother was Japheth. Shem was the ancestor of all the sons of Ebner. The sons of Shem: Elam, Asher, Asphexad, Lud, Aram. The sons of Aram: Uz, Hul, Gether, Meshach. Aphraxt was the father of Shelah, and Shelah the father of Eber. 2 sons were born of Eber. One was named Peleg, because in his time the earth was divided. His brother was named Joktan. Joktan was the father of Almodad, Shilpah, Hazarmaveth, Jerah, Hadoram, Uzzah, Diklah, Obal, Abumal, Sheba, Ophir, Havilah, and Jobab. All these were sons of Joktan. The region where they lived stretched from Mesha toward Saphar in the eastern hill country. These are the sons of Shem, by their clans and languages, in their territories and nations. These are the clans of Noah's sons, according to their lines of descent within their nations. From these, the nations spread out over the earth after the flood. Well, that's chapters 9 and 10, and please don't test me on my pronunciation skills there. I tried my best, but lots of names. And some of those people become prominent throughout the Old Testament. Some of them we never hear of again. But it's God's Word. And so we read it because God says His Word will never return to us empty. Never return to Him empty. That it's His Word. And so may God bless you today. Serve Him well. And get to know Him better. And just pray for your neighbors. And pray that we might be faithful to God as He is faithful to us. God bless you. Bye-bye.